What's up YouTube, Capital G here, got some awesome Syvlan duels for you guys to check out. Gonna be a little bit of Link madness in these duels, and this is all going to be off the back of a very strange card I was not too familiar with. You're looking at him right here. He goes by the name of Syvlan Gardioak, and I read the card and I was like, okay, it seems pretty decent. Basically, you get to excavate any number of cards between 1 and 3, your choice. You get to pick the number. Most of the time, I would assume you're going to pick 3 unless there's some weird situation where maybe you're going to deck out. And any plant monsters that are excavated go to the graveyard, of course, and then the other cards go to the bottom of your deck in any order. And I was like, this seems like a really good card. And then I noticed, oh wait, he's level 6. So he's a tribute monster. That might be the reason why you don't really see a lot of people running this card. But obviously in plant and basically any type of Syvlan deck, you can go into Lonefire Blossom and you can get them on the field. And oh my goodness, the plays that this guy allows are pretty damn dank. So you see him just excavate 3 cards, and I don't know if you guys saw that, but those are pretty good cards. He got a Martial Leaf, which isn't very applicable here, but he also got this copy of the Syvlan Lotus Swan, which is nice. And then he set his field up, or he set his graveyard up really early with the Spore, which obviously Spore can be used for Link summoning, and it can be used for Synchro summoning. The Rose Lover is really going to help because he's going to get the Aroma Link monster out. Now he's going to tribute a plant. He gets another copy of the Gardioak, and at this point he's just rolling because he gets a Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper is going to give him Lonefire Blossom. Sharoob Sprite is going to get him another Peacekeeper. He's going to bring out Glow Bulb, and he's going to end on a pretty legitimate field. So not only are you seeing him Link summon, but you're seeing obviously the Synchro summon plays that Syvlan used to be known for back in the day. I mean, I think Syvlan were one of those decks that used to be able to like Synchro and Exceed, and you see that he ends with Zeta and Omega. Pretty awesome because you don't really see people summon Zeta all that much. In fact, the only deck that I even associate with even running Zeta is really Cyframe. So it's just kind of an awesome card to actually see, you know, being played in any capacity. He's playing against Metafo Yang Zing, which you don't see that often. He's going to go into Halofiber, and then he's going to go for the Baxia play. The problem is, obviously, Zeta can get rid of the Baxia. So he's going to try and get rid of the Zeta. Zeta's going to chain, and I think Omega's going to take his last card. Now this was the mistake, and let this be a lesson to all you players out there. He uses his Needle Fiber. He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna attack the token. Then he gets completely blowed out by Evenly Matched and rage quits it. That's the end of the duel. I know it came to such an abrupt ending. I watched it the first time. I was like, wait, what? That's the end of the duel? But I understand rage quitting, and yeah, this is like one of the problems that weather painters deal with. Sometimes you're playing weather painters and it's like not even worth it to attack because you might run into the Evenly Matched and just get completely like blown out. This is a duel where he's playing against, I don't even know what the fuck this is, but honestly it's not gonna matter. His turn 1 field is gonna be so incredibly strong that he probably should win the duel no matter what deck he's going up against, unless, I don't know, they open with like the Winged Dragon of Ra. He's going to bring out Thousand Eyes Restrict, going to Link Karibo. And yeah, he just keeps using the Gardioak, and this thing is just giving him so much advantage. Being able to mill that Dandelion, getting those Dandelion tokens. I believe he just stacked his deck, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, he can go back into Link Karibo. He's going to go Skull Deep. Once he gets Skull Deep and he can summon Lonefire Blossom and go for Gardioak again, like, dude, he's definitely going places. Now, that time, that one, he didn't really get exactly what he wanted, but he still got Sharoob Sprite, so I think he'll take that ultimately. And I was looking at his board and I was kind of wondering, I was like, where exactly is he going with this? Could he possibly exceed? And he goes for Princess Sprite, gets a copy of Super Solar Nutrient, gets a second copy of Gardioak on the field, and now he gets a Peacekeeper to get Lonefire Blossom. That's the second time he's done that, by the way, where he's gone Peacekeeper into Lonefire Blossom. He gets a copy of Hermitry on the field. He's going to use Hermitry's effect. Now he goes for Titanic Galaxy, but he ain't done yet, guys. Yeah, we got ourselves a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. I meant to say Moonlight Dragon, but look at this field that he was able to amass. I think this is pretty strong. Skull Deep, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Obviously, number 38 says no to spell activations, or at least one of them. And then he has a Princess Sprite and the Gardioak, which, I mean, they don't really have any stun aspects, but they're still pretty decent effects. So even if his opponent opened strong, not really sure he'd be able to crack this board, considering these monsters have actually been pumped up by 300 attack. And, I mean, Crystal Wing is still a difficult card to actually, you know, out. I'm starting to think about going back to the Wind Witch engine and Trick Stars, because I'm just looking at Crystal and I'm like, man, that's such a strong opening. But then when you pair that with Titanic Galaxy, now it's looking like the old DDD days. So if you guys are interested in this dank deck, actually, you know what, pause that. Let me just go ahead and show you guys. So this is what the deck looks like on paper, and yeah, it's pretty damn strange. Definitely not what I'm used to when looking at a Syvlan build. This is definitely not a Soul Charger Buzz Dot deck, because as you guys might notice, he's not even running Soul Charge. Now, I don't know if I agree with that, because like, I mean, Soul Charge and Syvlan's is just nutty. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to have that, especially when you're playing things like, you know, Skull Deep that can require a bunch of different monsters on the field. And the second thing is, I don't know if I've ever seen a deck in my life that has this many level 1 monsters. Holy shit. Like, look at how many level 1 monsters are in this damn deck. Everything from Rose Lover to, he has like at least 12 or something like that. It has to be at least over 10 like just level 1 monsters that are Syvlan. So yeah, definitely a high level 1 count, which immediately made me look for like 1 for 1. I think if you go reasoning, like if he activates reasoning, do you call 1 in this deck, or do you do you risk that him getting a Lone Fire Blossom for free, him getting a Hermitry? I mean, I guess obviously you don't really know what the heck he's going to do, but I think the main point of this deck is really to get out the Guardioac and hope that you pop off, because he runs more than enough monsters to expect Guardioac to get at least 2 decent hits. I mean, he's running 33 monsters and not that many spells, not that many, well, really only 1 trap card. The only thing, again, that I would probably look at immediately, and I'd be like, yo, we got to change that, is probably throw like a Soul Charge in here, because I don't know, I just think every plant deck ever can use Soul Charge, considering the synergy with something like Lone Fire Blossom, and then obviously like the tuners, because they do summon themselves back. But when you can go Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire, and then, you know, like go into a play and then bring all those Lone Fires back, and it's just utterly ridiculous. I don't know how you don't run Soul Charge in the deck. But for anybody interested, of course, this will be in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on those notifications for daily videos.